Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. We are going in today with One Piece Treasure Cruise. We are doing Kizuna Clash Capone and Pez, little Pez. What I wanted to do was kind of just demonstrate what teams I was personally using. Honestly, no big surprise. We have the Sanji, the Sanji and Pudding, and then the Chiffon for the max ticket bonus. Of course, they're far from necessary for this event. If you don't have them, it is no big deal. I mean, it's good. It's nice to have them if you really want the rewards from the event, given that they give the most tickets. But besides that, if you just want to get the Capone, maybe work towards getting your Zoro skulls, since the skulls to evolve your Zoro are in the chests in this event. And not to mention, if you're working on your Kizaru and Akainu, you're going to want to go into this event to get those as well, to get their limit break materials, and then try to max them. I think we can max them, actually, in the following Kizuna, since I think they're about 3/4 of the way there now. But yeah, even if you guys don't have, this particular team, which I would expect the majority don't, no fret. If you watched my previous video before, we kind of set up teams that you could use for this Kizuna to kind of just storm through it. And, push come to shove, just look for, like, a Sanji and Pudding friend, just so you can get some of those extra tickets. I believe they'll give you, like, 50% extra tickets, since I do believe they're a 1.5 times ticket booster. But anyways, here, it looks like we are bound here, so we're going to use Rebecca and Vivi, then Mancherry Shirahoshi to give us full matching slots with the Rainbow Orbs. Sanji Pudding to get the color affinity bonus. And then following that, we're going to launch a second time with the friend Sanji Pudding, just to get the double 5 times multiplier with them, so we can just do massive damage. Chiffon, you can just skip. You don't really have to use her ability here. And boom. So yeah, a team like this is going to go pretty far, but this is just an ordinary Kizuna. I don't believe this was a Team Kizuna on Japan. But please correct me if I'm wrong. Not to mention Japan, I believe after Kizuna Hawkins, they stopped doing the Team Kizuna. And they have a Pirate Alliance thing going on now that was released with, I believe, the latest version. So that looks cool. I don't know all the details behind it, but it's almost like you could have like your own little guild of 10 friends, including yourself, and I believe you can like raise your bounty and accumulate it and kind of just work on having a giant bounty together, like having your own pirate crew, right? Like, that sounds incredibly awesome to me. So hopefully that actually is the case. I'm going to have to definitely check it out and get more details so I can kind of share that with you guys later on, in case you're in the dark as well. Not too sure what's going on with my connection right now. Maybe I need to just switch it up and see if maybe going into Wi-Fi will fix things up there. And it's gonna be... There we go. Alright. Alright, another Sanji Pudding friend. This is the int variation. So, for me, since I have, the Sanji Pudding, the Chiffon, they take care of a lot of the rainbow affinity that I need instead of me having to have actual Psi units. But for the most part, if you have okay, so let's say you're running a friend Pudding and Sanji, you're gonna want to bring a cerebral Psi unit to do the most damage with. So you don't want to bring Roger. I mean, you could in the early stages, but Roger wouldn't get the boost from Pudding and Sanji since he's a slasher and free spirit, as opposed to being a... oh, I completely forgot about this guy's increased defense. Alright. Did I actually bring a unit that can get through that? Let's see, so... I'll get back to that thought in just a moment. I might have mucked up a little bit. So what I'll do is I'll get an orb here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use their ability to get that additional multiplier and see if that's enough damage to break through. If not, I might be kind of screwed, actually. Oh, okay. We think we're fine now. But yeah, just get like a Psi Cerebral unit. Like 6 Robin would work because she is a cerebral booster, but her evolved version, her 6+ is int. So I mean, you could still bring her though because she would be boosted by Sanji and Pudding, but she wouldn't have that affinity bonus towards Bej here since he's an int type, right? But there are definitely plenty of units that you can bring here. Even Chopper, Int Legend Chopper, not Int, but Psi Legend Chopper would work here. So we're going to use Anami. You definitely want a unit that can reduce your special charge time by 2 turns. Nami does technically do it with her double special launch by reducing it by 1 turn per launch. Then, let's see. Let's get the affinity bonus again with Sanji and Pudding. We're going to use Chiffon to get rid of the paralysis here. Don't want that bugging us anymore. And once again, we want to use Sanji and Pudding before Sabo and Koala because we don't want to switch them like that and then get the weaker affinity bonus because that's going to be the bonus until the end of the stage. Doesn't really matter what type you switch them to because Strength and Int have no affinity towards the Int Capone here. And then Bello Betty here is just going to be for the orb boost. You can literally bring any orb booster, though. That is a Psy Cerebral type. And that's going to be it for the stage there. And then the final variation, I believe, is the Psy type. So I'm going to show you guys what I'm kind of working with here. But yeah, like Kizuna, I really do enjoy Kizuna. I mean, it's not as monotonous. It's a treasure map. Treasure map, you know, requiring that you go through that entire stage. You fight a million mini-bosses. You finally get to the, you know, the treasure map stage boss. And I mean, you do usually get some pretty decent units out of it, of course. You get limit break materials, you can get tablets and stuff like that. But to get, like, a significant amount, you have to grind so hard, and it's just, it feels so unrewarding. To people that do that, big props, because I literally get burnt out at, like, stage, like, 10 or 20. But the materials, like, if you get, like, you know, top 100 or so, you know, it's worth it. But that's a big time investment, and a lot of people, sadly, just don't have that. So that's why I like Kizuna, because literally, if you wanted to, as long as you're, like, logging in, and you're using your Kizuna points to get your tokens to actually challenge Capone, you can just accumulate those until the final day and then just use them all on the last day. Which is really nice, because, you know, people have work and, you know, school and things to attend to, so it's nice that you have that option instead of having to do it all at once. Not to mention, I personally kind of like going through the Kizuna boxes, because I like the RNG factor of not knowing what I'm going to get. But for some people, I'm sure it's irritating. But personally, just for me, I find it to be kind of fun. Alright, so we're going to get the spared here. Which is why we brought Sabo and Koala. Let's see. Let's activate Sanji and Pudding. I'm just going to activate them both right off the bat. Get their stronger 2.25 times affinity before we switch here to Koala, who's going to have type advantage. Then we're going to use their ability to get rid of the block orbs and get a 2.25 boost to our cerebral units as well. We're still despaired here. We're going to give Sengoku's ability here to give us a orb boost of 2.25 to all cerebral and fighter units. And then we have the Kizuna Akainu there as a support, giving us a 2.75 chain lock. And finally here we have Chiffon, who will get rid of that despair. Once again, like, the only reason I'm bringing this certain unit, which is Yasop here at the very bottom right, is only because he's an int unit and he's boosted for the event. So you could literally bring any int unit for that slot there and you would be just fine. Let's see. Yeah, the only real bummer I would say is probably the actual stages for Capone. Like, you don't really get great rewards. You get a couple of Forbidden Tomes and, you know, if you're lucky, a copy of him or a one of his manuals. Not the greatest when it comes to rewards, but, you know, the rewards mostly lie in the actual treasure shop, for the most part. So, did I have a recommendation for this team? I don't think I mentioned it. Let's take a look. So, for Pudding and Sanji, we could use a fighter or cerebral. What you would want here would be a quick captain. Who comes to mind, actually? Fighter, cerebral, quick captain. I am trying to think right now. Like, I'm thinking of Sobamask, but he's Powerhouse and Free Spirit, so he wouldn't work. Who's a really decent quick unit that would actually fit that criteria? You know, like if you have VV Rebecca V2, they would work. Mancherry Shirahoshi, they would work with them. They would actually be fantastic with them. Since they're cerebral. I'm trying to think who you could use who would be a unit that who is not relatively new, right? Because not everybody has those units, so it's not really realistic for, you know, for me to say, yeah, you run Shirahoshi Mancherry, the units that have only been on 2 banners respectively. Shank's crew, they're cerebral. If you have them, run them for sure. They get that 4.5 times Captain multiplier, they get that 3.5 times chain lock, and just a really good unit. They can work as partners just well. So let's see here. We We have a lock there, so we're gonna this is why they're so good. They give you that double orb and attack multiplier, and they get rid of bind and I believe special bind. All in one special. Realistically, I should have entered as Rebecca and then switched to Vivi to get the chain multiplier bonus, but it's not really necessary at this level of the Kizuna Clash. I mean, for the most part, I think most people are probably going to stop around like 30 or 40, right? It's usually the Team Kizunas where you go like pretty overboard, where you get to like 100 to 150 and so on and so forth. But for these regular Kizunas that don't require teams, you're pretty good getting to like stage 30 or 40 and then just kind of calling it a day. But yeah, if I were to kind of just like rank it, or at least give it a grade, this Kizuna is pretty low on the difficulty meter. Like, there really aren't too many debuffs going into the final stage. Like, for the most part, 1 or 2 units will take care of them. And you're pretty much good to go. So, even if you don't have a lot of the newest units, you really, in my opinion, don't need them. They're just kind of there, for me personally, just as ticket boosters, and that's it. Well, not to mention I really love Pudding, and I wanted to have her just, you know, not only is she a good unit, but I just love the character, so it was just a bonus to get her. 25 multis deep, do not recommend, please do not do it, unless you absolutely can afford to, especially with the fact that we're going to have, I believe, V3 Zoro, the Super Type Zoro coming up this month, probably at the end of the month, actually, and V2 Kaido, the Quick Type, which I'm very much looking forward to. Hopefully I don't have to go anywhere near as deep as I did with Sanji and Pudding. I'd like to think that I blew all my terrible karma, my terrible bad luck on that banner, but you never know, right? If they don't come at the end of the month, we might get something like, you know, global and, like, global exclusive since we had the Korea merger. What that would be, I have no idea. Maybe we'll get, like, a V2 Kizaru. But your guess is as good as mine. We could really use another Legend Kizaru, though. Akainu has, like, 4 legends. Aokiji has, what, 3? I think it's 3. Oh, I'm doing no damage. That is not... Oh, wait. Oh, wait. There we go. Okay, that was not going to look good. Because if I messed up there, the Sanji and Pudding dual captain ability would not have carried over to Capone on this stage, right? So... But yeah, Kizaru, to my knowledge, only has just the 1 legend, man. And your boy Borsalino definitely deserves more respect in this game. So, hopefully we get another variation of him soon. If not, you know, during this potential, like, you know, Korea/global, well, I guess it's just global now, Sugo Fest, then maybe on Japan after the anniversary. Let me take a look here. Let's get, oh my gosh, I fat-fingered and accidentally hit. Oh no, guys. Do not make the mistake I just made. I went to click on Bello Betty, not Beppo, but Bello Betty, and I accidentally attacked with her. Oh no! Okay, maybe we can still do damage to him. Alright, hold on. But everybody has... everybody has their orbs locked, or blocked, I should say. So they're not going to do any damage. The only one that's going to do any damage is going to be the Sabo and Koala. Oh, man. Oh, okay, I was wondering why I couldn't launch Betty's special. It's because Law on defeat gives you a 2.5 times orb bonus. Bonus. You see it there? 99 turns? Yeah. And that's why she couldn't do anything. Wow. I feel like a donut right now, guys. Do not make that mistake, but it looks like we won't have to pay for it too hard since this is, you know, not a relatively high-level stage. But yeah, I think that's definitely going to conclude these stages for now, guys. I just kind of wanted to share what I was doing with you, and just kind of just see, or show, rather, what I was doing, show you my teams, show you how I was progressing. Like I said, just didn't really get a lot done, sadly. Was very busy. But I'm going to grind in the morning tomorrow, and I'm going to do another video, kind of doing an update on where I am at. I'd like to be kind of in the 40s for that update to kind of show you just how much damage to expect when Capone gets to that level. But either way, guys, I appreciate you watching this far. If you liked what you liked, please subscribe. I will be doing content daily. But until the next one, guys, I will catch you next time. Have a good night, and see you all next time.